Chapter 13. The future looks promising. Liu Linky saw Han Ye's hesitant expression and frowned. Why, you're not willing. It took her a lot of effort to escape from her mother's tutelage just now. Although her mother has been married to her father for more than 20 years, her position in the family is not low. Her father's successful business relies on her mother's connections. Her mother's words weighed greatly. If Han Yi were to refuse her, her mother might criticize her again for her attitude, saying that a girl should not be so impetuous and so forth. She didn't want to be nagged by her mother again. Naturally, she hoped that Han Yi would agree quickly. He'll listen to the young miss. Han Yi bowed his head and said. In his view, Liu Linky's approach was obviously to train him as a confidant. His performance on the martial arts platform had long caught the attention of Liu Manor. He had previously imagined that he could buy back his slave contract with a heavy sum of money. But at present, it was just a hypothesis. The current situation did not seem to lead to his freedom. If he were the master of Liu Manor, having such a brave warrior in the house who had also signed a slave contract, he wouldn't let go no way. Therefore, he could only stay here, utilizing Liu Manor's resources and connections to continually improve himself. Once his strength was strong enough, becoming a real cultivator, no one could stop him. He had already obtained the ticket to Dragon Sparrow sect. This opportunity was not easy to come by. Next, he just needed to cultivate his foundation steadily, train hard. And he could participate in the sect entrance examination 5 months later. Being a stableman was not a problem. After all, it was only temporary. He would not be one for the rest of his life. Seeing Han Yi agree to her proposal, Liu Linky finally breathed a sigh of relief. This resolved a nagging concern in her heart. Report to the inner courtyard after dinner, yes. Han Yi watched Liu Linky leave, then arrived at the dining table in the main hall. Almost everyone was there, except him. Brother Han, you are a bit slow, dinner is about to start. I saved a seat for you. Wang Daniu patted the seat beside him, signaling Han Yi, with a cheery smile on his face. All right. After Han Yi sat down, he realized that everyone at the table was those who had just passed the selection on the martial arts platform. There was only one face he recognized well. The northern wanderer, Gao Qiqing. Dressed in a gray robe, with a sword sheath behind him, he wore a dooley hat around his neck, an extremely eye-catching appearance. He drank his wine quietly with an indifferent expression. It seemed that he had noticed Han Ye's gaze. He also looked up at Han Yi. Surprisingly, he nodded slightly as a greeting. Han Yi nodded back in response. After all, they would be training together in the future, so maintaining a good relationship would be beneficial. From now on, we'll all be brothers working together, so let's get to know each other. Wang Daniu stood up first, raised his cup of wine, and gave a hearty laugh to the crowd. My name is Wang Daniu. I come from Langlang Village. I'm a tenant farmer for Liu Manor. Some of the more reserved people were taken aback by this. I'm the carpenter Li Chong from County of Skyfire. I'm the ironsmith Xiao Jin of Plum Blossom Village. Just call me Little Zhao. However, several of the burly men were warmed by Wang Daniu's sincere and enthusiastic smile, and they stood up to greet him in return. Seeing this, Han Yi had to marvel in his mind. No wonder they call you Wang Daniu. True social bull indeed. Everyone was not yet familiar with each other, so they were extremely unfamiliar. Hence no one talked much. As far as the art of socializing goes, he truly was no match for Wang Daniu. Wolf State, Northern Sea Province, wandering Gao Qiqing, progressing together with everyone. Han Yi originally thought that Gao Qiqing was an introverted person. To his surprise, he stood up and proposed a toast to everyone. After hearing about Gao Qiqing's hometown, the people at the table started talking, Thiener Thurnwanfol's Day, reflecting Gnorzer Torschwartwars 4 states, Wolf Stachel Faubangdom, I event visitademand. I've never been to Thryan. I only know that beshaving. I hard that anabian. With a potafinivian fuen bavu and was medetha perfeft. Is that true? Gakich on grespend wadewan danchwandwa. When it comestifine, if bay ranksend, na province cansfitor bibibibi. However, fideli fenobalent. Honest hold not bolshunsis. Wolf state has nothing, it can't compare Schwentz. Live in Wolf's destriations, it's squid-tunseled with barbarian dwans. It's farom bibiangs d. Brother Gao, event the Guzame state has erith extraquanry. Yes indeed, now under Hestra vidwand wadwadwadwa. His experience ever since his vant. Hani equi et listwin twing. He had been ninthasfori, how aldeheno. About the localskin tom. He had Tevlin Feshanti, however, Hekol Gelinator Guam, Thesituate and offer Bader Berbatha Batha, Bisidistumano Wenstwach Warchwatch, there a Werelsamount, demons, evil spirits, and various Unixer Pimon Paydandan, seeing the Deverio Swain, Wongdanius Scratchid ways, and Crackdismal, Yugish of Abendicate, unlike him, Theffer Thesta Visibin, ha ha ha, brother Daniu, don't be discouraged, there will be plody. A burly man ex stoffer me talk. Indeed, we're all training ting toward, and in a few month will jorth. Our future as a parum. Cheers! Amidst the clinks and dangs, many people a beckwing. Wang Danny had a lasty, snoring loudly. Hanny desidetus focher for friftofta. Not because hedisil toric, but becko sethanid waitwall. Clearing the bustalifer, Hanny found dishwant way schwantwa. Looking gath wosendaste, heseden le felshant. Iversen sifunchid wait. His disatobi commenters. If it were up to him, who'll daviolesity, common said escuviquin. Poom. After servi engine survey. Hanny aganta postant. He was practicing her maze. Tiger claw bounce. Pharaoh size stidger dance. Eviltiger harping. High meditatia ketchen, standing talisament, us firmus binitry, and mungla ketiger. Asha practice cephatame, Hanny folda congio bishi. His blood circulic guided by a nelid and if day. It's Sergadrutianism, whipping Upagustum, its power surpations. In an instant, blood circulatio dishon burrow. Wast his Theresha bings bait. Onlith and Danaras. His Fulschwa sextily, his mesclescent swains. His internalergandus, vibrant tanseals, transporting Drabajan, doubling his strength. Boom! With his fulstron tubing, he hath thefiquaquent breaking Jiclian. Thesiste kesferandad wafford at adway year-old pinitrizandi. With a punclicathet, I fuhr at a high tapernays, wold the besantin finti, spitting up through britty fald on fofobon. You've a practice cephatasm. You've a been secreta livy. Just then, a voice arang gootbinity.